Mulishani Wansei, welcome back or welcome to my channel if it's your first time here. My name is Tembi and today we're finally going to get into some African interior design. Yay! So today I'm going to be giving you an introduction of the architecture and interior design that you find in the northern part of Africa. Now, I studied these countries when I was younger, but I can't remember all of them, so I'm just going to mention a few of them in this video. For those of you that live in North Africa, feel free to share your countries. I'll probably have them listed here on the screen, all of them listed so that I don't leave anyone out. But for the most part, you're probably going to be seeing a lot of images from places like Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria, and maybe even Egypt. But that doesn't mean that I'm leaving out countries like Chad. Is Chad in North Africa? Let me not incriminate myself. Yeah, but with that being said, today's just going to be an introduction, and I will continue to break these videos down based on the different countries that are found on the continent, and then we'll continue with other parts of the world as well. So first things first, when it comes to the North African region, the climate in that region is very harsh. So it's very extreme. We're looking at desert land, which can get really hot during the day and really cold at night. And so the architecture and the interior design as well is very specific to the Sahara region. But this does not mean that you cannot implement some of these ideas into your spaces. So first things first, something that I've noticed about North Africans is they do care about their privacy. And I'm thinking that it's probably going to be the same for most African countries. We are a group of people that like to socialize, but we like to go home and kind of just break away from all of the noise. And I don't know if other people around the world can relate, but for the most part, you're probably going to find a lot of privacy when it comes to how yards are designed, or even how homes are designed in different parts of Africa. And so before I talk about the different designs or elements that are used to create privacy, let's look at some of the building materials. So we're looking at things like brick, so burnt bricks, and right now they are also incorporating cement type of bricks. But for the majority of the areas, you're going to be seeing a lot of buildings that were designed with burnt bricks because of the insulation properties that burnt bricks possess. They're just perfect for regions that are extremely hot. They help to keep the heat out for the most part, and also help to keep the heat in when it gets really cold at night. And so I think that that is absolutely fantastic. It's such a genius way of being able to use historical materials and design them in a way that they can stand the test of time. So I think that that is absolutely fantastic. And then another thing that I have noticed in a lot of homes is that they're going to use light paint colors, because those also help to keep the heat out. So you're not going to see too much dark paint in these regions unless they've developed technology to be able to use something like charcoal to create a paint, a natural paint. Then that is different. But for the most part, you're going to be seeing a lot of lighter tones because those help to keep the heat out. And then you're also going to be seeing a lot of shutters for privacy, but at the same time, these shutters can be opened up into the environment so that you can enjoy the scenery, but also create really good airflow in your homes. So for the most part, a lot of these homes don't necessarily have central air conditioning. You're going to find that even to this day, a lot of buildings have been designed in order to be able to create really good ventilation on their own. So you have a lot of open windows during the day, and then you close them at night, and the shutters are able to do that. And so for those of you that are interested in adding shutters to your spaces, that will be a good way for you to ventilate your homes during the spring and summertime, well, depending on where you live. But those will also help to keep quite a lot of larger bugs out of the house. So I think that that is pretty cool in my opinion. Another thing that you're going to find in a lot of the architecture or the design are courtyards. And for those of you that have been to places like Morocco, these are called riads. And so RE means recycling. So you're using recyclable materials, and then you combine it with yard to create the word riyard. So it's a courtyard, and this encourages people to have the outdoor-indoor lifestyle, but with some privacy implemented in there. This is a very good way for you to be able to still keep that privacy but enjoy the outdoors as well. And I think that that is a really beautiful way of designing one's home. I know that some people may not necessarily be interested in that, but it just gives you the opportunity to be able to maximize your space and also be able to contain the heat that comes into the space, because the courtyards themselves also help to trap the cooler air within that vicinity, so that way the heat that is coming from all four corners of the four walls isn't going to be able to affect the people that are enjoying their outdoor living. So that is pretty ingenious as well. You're also going to be seeing a lot of wood incorporated into these spaces as well. Wood is recyclable, and so it's definitely one of the elements that a lot of North African architects and even builders like to use, or designers like to use. You're also going to see tons of metals. So be it you have a metal gate, or you have metal windows as well, or metal doors, and that is pretty cool as well because it is from the earth. And the majority of the materials that you're probably going to be seeing in a lot of these buildings is natural, which I think is really good for the environment. Of course, when it comes to replenishing the earth, I don't think we do that well. But for the most part, using the natural materials helps to keep the integrity of the buildings. But then at the same time, even if they start deteriorating, they're not going to be too damaging to the environment, which I think is super awesome. And another thing that I've noticed as well is you're going to be seeing a lot of bench seats in the windows for the sake of enjoying the view, as well as being able to have more space for seating. So you can either add some cushions on there, or you can leave them bare, or you can add some candlelight on there, lanterns that they tend to use in North Africa. But all in all, I do appreciate the fact that a lot of architects design their buildings to not only be pretty, but functional at the same time. And so they're choosing to maximize each and every corner of their homes, but they're also making it super interesting as well, so that it doesn't come off boring, which I think is pretty awesome. And lastly but not least, an honorable mention is going to be a fountain, because like I said, we're in the desert, so any water body is encouraged. And so you're going to find fountains in the courtyard, and for those that can afford pools, they'll have a pool in the courtyard as well, so that you can go swimming. And that is that. So these are the basics of architecture. Of course, I'm going to break down different countries in future videos, so make sure that you are subscribed for that. And also like this video, give it a thumbs up, and also hype it up if you can. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye everyone.